Got a game from Tequila Sunset versus Pigman 202. It is a Croxagore Saurus Old Blood Rush versus the Chaos Storms of Pigman. Who has Astrogoth? I haven't seen Astrogoth in a long while. Alright, what do we got for the Lizards? No Slan, no problem. Skink cohorts and skink cohorts with javelins as a front line paired up with regular Croxagores. Regular Croxagores do have a small bonus versus infantry. Well, 15's not bad. I thought it was like 8. Anyway, 15 bonus versus infantry, pretty good. But they also have increased weapon strength when they're on top of skinks. So they have 10% more damage if they're near skinks due to spawnkin. 2 Coldland Spear Riders, 2 Feral Bastillodons, and a Saurus Old Blood in the distance, who did bring the Horn of Kygor to give more melee attack for his troops. Where's that Skink Priest Beast? There he is. Flock of Doom and Curse of Honor here for him, plus the Cube of Darkness, which I think is terrible. But we'll see. On the other side for Pigman, we have Hash's Dark Ravagers, the Bull Centaur Renders ROR, Astrogoth Iron Hand with Burning Wrath and Ash Storm. And then a bunch of Chaos Dwarf Warriors, another Bull Centaur Render, and triple Infernal Guard with Fireglaive. Some of the coolest looking units in the entire game, though I do feel like their DPS is not really what it used to be. They didn't take a lot of nerfs, I just don't know. It doesn't feel as amazing. Like, all 3 of them are shooting this Croxagore right now. Their Croxagore is doing fine. In they go, the giant alligator is going to fight against the crazy Bull Centaur men. Lazy Feral Bastillodons wandering in, and the focus fire of the Chaos Dwarfs continues down on the Croxagores. This one Chaos Dwarf unit is going to turn and try to fire at some of the other ones, but it looks like the Feral Bastillodons are just running into the back line to disrupt some of that shooting for a little bit. They do have anti-infantry and arm piercing, so they can do a little bit of damage right there. Terror Routes should be coming for the Chaos Dwarves at the front line soon, especially as Coldland Spear Riders are going to charge into the back of these Bull Centaur Renders. They are now surrounded on all sides by infantry, and they're getting hit by darts. My God, Tequila Sunset does not want this Bull Centaur Render to have a good day at all. They are still very, very meaty and tanky opponents. And the Coldland Spear Riders got messed up by something. Looks like they're just getting shot in the back by the Infernal Guard with Fireglaives and fighting those Bull Centaur Renders, so rest in peace, Coldland Spear Riders. You still suck, and I still hate you. Feral Bastillodon's trying to stop the Infernal Guard. They are halberd units, though, so they're going to poke that big boy down. However, it saves their front line a lot of damage. The Chaos Dwarves aren't feeling too good on the front line. They've done some damage to the Croxagores, but their Chaos Dwarf Warriors are starting to falter, and that'll let the Croxagores get onto this back line. But I guess, like I said, they are halberds. Maybe the Infernal Guard can just protect themselves? Maybe? See if they can protect themselves against all this mess. Goblin Laborers do jump forward to try and stop the Croxagore onslaught. They will do that for literally like 1 second. Goblin Laborers are the most cowardly thing in the whole game. And that includes peasant mobs and Skaven slaves. Goblin Laborers are somehow worse. So they run away. Goodbye. Bull Centaur Render with great weapons is running off the battlefield. Hash's Dark Ravagers aren't feeling great either. The Chaos Dwarf frontline is in disarray. Their 3 Infernal Guards so far still have decent HP. Astrogoth's full. And the Skink Priest is in over his head a bit. He's currently just getting bullied. Pushed around by Astrogoth. Then he does break away, starts to run for it. And in the meantime, an Ash Storm weakens all these guys to fire, while these Infernal Guard Fireglaives fire sideways into the Croxagores. Bounce power shifted against the Lizardmen into the favor of the Chaos Dwarves. Croxagores are getting very, very low. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the Lizards got this. Oh, sleepy. Sleepy, sleepy. Lots of work and busy crap in my life. Little blob fight for Lizardmen going okay. They have infantry support, and they have a bunch of Croxagores there, so they should be able to win out on that one. They have some rallying forces that can also be returned to the fray. One of our Feral Bastillodons is routing. The other one's literally full HP, still fighting these Fireglaves. The last Fireglaive that is up and at him, and also the last Fireglaive with a decent HP pool. These other ones are now beset by Skinks, and of course the Saurus Old Blood himself. He is on foot. Impressive melee stats, good armor piercing. Good at taking these guys down. Looks like even if the Infernal Guard survive this fight, they won't survive them with significant stats to really harm anybody. So it is down to these guys to do most of the DPS. They're firing sidelong into all these Croc scores. Another Flock of Doom is out. As King Priest definitely tries to get any spells out he can before he dies. That Infernal Guard is toast. This Infernal Guard is toast. We'll see if Astrogoth in this one can carry. More Croc scores are in again. They are charging the Infernal Guard, who are not braced right now. They're trying to be, but they're not braced quite in time. Do take a big old hammer to the head. Maybe the Saurus Old Blood can kill Astrogoth in the late game. I'm not super sure. He's not like the demonic killer of armies he used to be, but, you know. He's still a better melee combatant than a Skink Priest, so we'll see if this Saurus can win on. More Skinks are in, just as the Croc scores leave. Feral Vistaldon still doing some decent damage, though. 350, I guess it's not a lot. Man, he's been distracting, though. Chaos Dwarf's still up on the balance of power, though I'm starting to get worried about them. More Croc scores keep rallying and rejoining the fight. These Goblin Laborers are the fakest unit on the battlefield. Like, they will, as we mentioned before, they'll rout instantly without doing any damage. It's not a problem. Really is just what Astrogoth and this Infernal Guard can do. Stark Ravagers are so low. Looks like Chaos Dwarves will just surrender. Pigman did not seem to want the Astrogoth versus the World late game show. Wow, he only got 515 value. That's kind of nuts. Okay, in that light, I understand why Pigman FF'd. Stark Ravagers did well. Fireglaves did pretty fine. Chaos Dwarf Warriors did okay at holding. Goblin Laborers not do a lot. Tequila Sunset. Saurus Old Blood did not do a lot. Croc Scores did okay. Golden Spear Riders did okay. Jav Throwers did well. Not a lot of value for the Lizardmen. It was just kind of spread out, but I suppose the Infernal Guard had a lot of that value locked up in them, in their ammunition. He wasn't able to kill them off entirely. He just started routing them. And then it would have just been Astrogoth all alone, fighting a Saurus Old Blood. I suppose he would lose that 1v1 in the late game with nobody to rely on. So I get it. GG. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.